Um, Good to see you guys. It's August 3rd. That means you have one more day to vote Kshama Sawant into Congress. Um, she has a 10-year record of fighting tooth and nail to get stuff like the highest minimum wage in the country. Only principled politicians running who has a record of being principled, standing on business. And yeah, Adam Smith is garbage. It's a garbage excuse for a human being. Entitled, worthless. Um, but he feels like he's earned all of his accolades and all the praise the media gets him, not for being a good person, but for being loyal to the imperialistic system that Kshama Sawant is fighting against. Um, I'm a big advocate of worker-owned businesses. I said it multiple times. If any business is going to be getting government subsidies, anybody is going to be doing it. It should be a worker-owned business. It should not be people like Elon Musk, who's not even from here, and this motherfucker says that Social Security is a Ponzi scheme. The same motherfucker that even though he's not from here, he's using his connection to the Epstein network to prevent us from getting better vehicles, like the stuff they got in China or Burkina Faso. Um, and it's Kshama Sawant. She is, like I said, she's willing to work with anybody for the privilege. Like they demonize her, and they demonize a lot of people who have the same agenda. But she's not afraid. Like she was one of the people calling out Bernie Sanders before he showed his colors. She was trying to get him to go run third party. Um, if and when the Democrats fucked him over, which they did two times, and he never said third party. He got in line and he was like, "Yeah, vote for the senile dude or this corrupt piece of shit right here." Corrupt color of person of color. Um, yeah, so she's I was working with the campaign, and I was volunteering, spreading the gospel of Kshama. And one of the most popular things I kept hearing was, they'd be like, yeah, I don't fuck with the Democrats. I'm like, yeah, she doesn't either. Like that's her whole thing. The Republicans the Democrats run Seattle, you know, um, and they are the problem. It's a big club and you ain't in it. I kind of look at it like, the corporation, they're like, we're going to rape you, but we get to let you pick the condom. Do you want the red condom or the blue condom? This corporate dick is going inside of you. The rape is happening. And then you pick the condom, that makes you complicit, right? Kshama Sawant, she's like, no, how about we don't, we prosecute these criminals. Um, and that's the kind of person we need. And yeah, if you got one more day to do it. I was passing through Washington back in 2017 because I was supposed to be on my way to eventually ending up in Canada, but I was supposed to make a few stops. I was supposed to be in Spokane and then Minnesota, you know. But then I didn't really know anybody in Seattle. But I was like passing through. I was like, Kshama, she's somebody who I want to meet. That's like she's just gonna be. I just got to add it to my list because I've seen her speak when advocating for the $15 an hour minimum wage. I've seen her speak on other stuff. I heard about her giving up everything above the median income, and I was like, that's crazy. That's like someone whose hand I would like to shake. I would like to just thank her for her service, and so it was like one of those things. I was like, I gotta meet her before I leave. Um, yeah. Long story short, I ended up working at the school that she got started at. And one of my mentors was someone that she was working with when she got into politics because she ended up going against the curriculum. She had a problem with the economics that they were teaching, as we all should. Like the Epstein files revealed that all of that, the books that I grew up with, the McGraw-Hill, was the Mossad Hill. Um, And yeah, so she was trying to bump the traditional way of teaching economics, and then they fired her. They tried, she was lost her position, but then she built a coalition to get reinstated, and then they used the momentum that they had to get push for stuff like the $15 an hour minimum wage. It was a community effort, but she was the principal person who got in the office, and she had a community to hold her to account to make sure that they were fighting for. And it's just like whoever you vote for, right? You don't just democracy is not a spectator sport. You don't go in and vote for someone and then just like, okay, they promise you the world. That's what all the Democrats, Republican, Barack Obama ran on health care for all, what everyone thought was it, but it was just like another big scam. Um, Kshama, what she says she's going to do, she does. And then everyone else fought her. Everyone in this city council. I went to multiple city council meetings. She was literally the only person in person. Everybody else was on Zoom. And like multiple members, the really paid off corrupt pieces of shit, like you can see in their glasses that they were scrolling through purchasing shit. They were they were buying stuff. What they didn't give a shit what we had to say, except for Kshama Sawant. She, like I said, she's. I got this. The end war in Gaza poster. That's like one of the things I got, because she was Seattle was one of the first major cities to speak up against it. She was the first, like the only person to call for a motion. No one even seconded it the first time. But then you had public outrage, and people showed up, and then there was at least the condemnation of the behavior. And it will be another thing to go after Boeing and the not the employees, because they hate the executives as much as we all should. Um, but yeah, that's like one of those structural things that was not she was not able to accomplish. Especially from just a lowly position in city council. But electing her to a national office, she would have a lot more power. Um, uh, Her opponent has been in office 30 years. He signed ICE into existence. He's been on the wrong side of every part of history. He supported every illegal war. Just a garbage person, and you probably never heard of him. His name is so generic. It's just like he just can just skate by. Adam Smith. Just sounds like a good American. No, he's a piece of garbage. And yeah, so he's got to go. And Kshama Sawant, that's the one you want to replace him. That's Kshama. It looks like Kshama. I had that issue for a while, and then I heard her pronounce it multiple times. But yeah, but it's like all love, and it's the ironic part. Um, I'm in Seattle. I would love to vote for her, but I'm not in her district. So it's like I registered to vote. The last place I registered to vote was in her district. But yeah, that's another story. So it's just like if you are in the ninth district in Washington, I think that goes as far as parts of Tacoma. You can check into it, but it's like yeah, vote Kshama into Congress. Um, we need principled people, and then once you have a blueprint for having this kind of a movement in office, it can only spread. California, you're on notice. We gotta get all that corruption out of there. And shit, man. Long story. I got family that played a part in facilitating that shit. But that's another story. But Kshama, August 4th is the deadline. If you're in the ninth district, um, do it. Kshama, it's love. I know you got this. Uh, if she does not win, I'm convinced like everything is rigged, because nobody likes Adam Smith. Nobody. And if you hear Kshama talk for 5 minutes, you're like, yeah, that's who I want. That is who I want for my office. If you know anything about what she's about, um, you'll know that Kshama is it. And yeah, I know you got this. I gotta get some stuff done. Gotta be at work soon. So I just want to tap in. You got one day to do it. Don't let me down. I want to know. She's in the office by this time. I guess we wouldn't know tomorrow. I get on the 5th. Less than 48 hours. I want confirmation. If she is not in office, I will start killing off your elite. Well, not literally. Probably some people will. There's been talks. I've been trying to retrain some of the school shooters. All of those mass shootings. I'm trying to like bring all the mass shooters in the world together and just teach them about what Davos is and how they, maybe we can set up a plan. Like they had. The long story. We'll resolve that later. Until then, vote for Kshama and be good to each other. Peace.